So friends, what do you do in schedule management? We decide the
Activities.
timeline based on the activities, based on the duration of the activities. So we see if we can create a schedule, right, before the work is done, because we want to know iPhone 15 will take 6-12 months. We want to know that how much time PMP exam will take. We want to know when everybody gets it done, right? Can we use the software and it'll do all the job?
No.
No,
Why not?
because there are humans involved.
Yeah, that's why we have emoticons.
Yeah.
And I'm so bad at that. Somebody sends me an emoticon and I don't reply. They get more upset because I somehow I have not been connected to that emoticon world. And the second is BTW. What does it mean, BTW?
By the way,
By the way, I have no clue. So I don't even reply to such text. Keeping pace with the latest state changes. Should we look at different possibilities? Best case, worst case, 16 months. All right, 15 March, Sam has decided for PMP, but Sam, can you give us 15 more days if things go wrong? Risk 30th March. Or, I'm a smart guy. I want to get it done by 7th March. I don't want to take any extra time. So should we have different scenarios?
Yeah.
Possibly. So that's what we figure out. Should we have a model of scheduling timeline? All right. We put all the activities together, then we create a model, right? Or we use a Gantt chart. Normally, Gantt chart is a very popular technique. Bar line, right? Or you can have a graph, or you can have a circle. And then you get it approved by the stakeholder. That becomes the baseline. And that baseline we try to
Control.
As a PM, we are controlling that. So total, how many processes, friends?
6.
Can somebody tell us without looking at them, what are those with common sense? 5 class.
Process groups.
Yeah, process groups, only 2, right? Planning and controlling.
Right.
But processes.
Yeah. So defining the activities.
Mhm. Very good.
Like, aligning the activities, meaning I forgot that word, then estimating the activities, then making the project, that will give you the project schedule. Then the team will work, and then you monitor the schedule and control the schedule.
Very good. Awesome. See, I like the way you think because it is in your head now. So also keep in mind all the scope, time, and cost. They have a plan called scope management plan, schedule management plan, cost management plan, right? And what is that? That is the high level plan, which talks about the entire knowledge area, right? So for example, schedule management plan will talk about how will we define activities, how will we estimate durations for the activities, how will we assign total schedule, right? How will we control the schedule? So high level plan for that knowledge area.
And why don't we have risk assessment here? Because there were a lot of questions on risk as well. So why isn't risk?
Risk is at the bottom, you see that?
No, within schedule also, that in case we are behind schedule, what would be the risk? What could be the risk implications in case we are running behind, etc. So in case we are saying it as planning, why don't we have risk here? Why aren't we anticipating it here?
So 2 answers. Number 1, risk as a subject we couple separately in the risk management, but you're right that any risk will eventually affect the time and cost, right? For example, if you don't get your PMP by 15th March and you get it in June, what will happen? Delay, right? So the 3 months delay is there, which means time management is impacted.
Right. So there was one, sorry, please complete.
No, yeah, you go ahead. So there was one question.
So there was one question which said that one of the team members has fallen sick for 6 weeks. So what would be the risk? I mean, this was related to the project will be delayed by whatever time it was given. So what is the risk assessment here, etc., etc. So deriving from there, I wanted to ask, why don't we have risk assessment here?
Yeah,
Though
can I
we
ask-
do have a separate
We do have.
knowledge
We
area.
talk about contingency reserves. We'll talk about management reserve. We keep some extra time and extra money to deal with the risks. That's the whole idea, because that risk management you see at the bottom, that risk management items will need time and money, right? So in order to fight those items, we have reserves in the budget and we have extra cushion in the timeline. Karun, you want to say something?
Yeah, so you think from which execution phase you are in, right? You're in the planning phase, right? Where you'll be planning the schedule, scope, and everything. Likewise, in the planning phase, if you have any risks associated, it can impact any of the above, right? Scope, schedule, cost. It can even, like, it can be based off resource constraints. So think from that perspective, like, which phase are you in? And like, when there is a risk, how is it impacting any of the constraints? Like, the scope, schedule, cost.
Interdependency, I would say. That is what you're
Correct.
trying to say, that there is mutual dependency in between the knowledge areas also. So
Correct.
risk is also a part of schedule, cost, maybe.
Exactly. Yeah. Because see, we are taking each knowledge area now, right? But we are in the same phase
Got
of,
it. Yeah.
right?
Perfect. Yeah.
It's like when you have a recipe for cooking a meal, right? So you will read the whole recipe, but in real life, you are doing work simultaneously, right?
Right.
So
Correct.
same thing here, that a lot of these processes are defined here from an academic perspective, but in real life, you might be doing them simultaneously. And in the PMP,
Absolutely.
they say these processes interact, overlap.